So the time has come to where I'm ready to sell my 2009 Jeep Wrangler. It is a X trim. I wonder if it'll tell me. It says my oh, whoopsies, my bad. Hold on a second. I was trying to check the mileage. 152 and some change. So first things first, Moto-Built front bumper, super winch, 9K winch, factory 55 ultra hook. I have a Dana 44 with a Moto-Built diff cover, Artec truss, Rancho high steer knuckles, Artec C gussets on it. There you go. You can see the welded C gussets, Spicer ball joints, Spicer U joints, Terraflex quick disconnect sway bar links, Poison Spider hood louver, KC headlights, KC fog lights, powder coated D-rings. My old ones were spray painted. These are powder coated. The Carpenter bees are making a mess. 3.8, you know, it's a 2009 3.8. Runs good. Just did spark plugs and wires on it like the week before I went to go get detailed. So I changed plugs and wires at 152. I think the radiator was done at like 120. Clutch was done at a 140 something. Tires, Interco Super Swamper TSLs, SX2s, and a 37 12 17. It was a Mickey Thompson classic 3s, satin black. Moto-Built rear bumper, Moto-Built tire carrier, Moto-Built high lift jack carrier. What else? KC fog lights. Rear axle has an Eaton E-locker in it, Artec truss, Bilstein 5100s all the way around. It has a rock crawler X Factor 3.5 inch lift kit. So it has triple rake springs on it, high clearance control arms, Moto-Built inner fenders, Ace Engineering fender deletes. What else? Oh, since it was an X or is an X, it didn't have skid plates. That's factory skid, aftermarket engine trans skid, evap skid that I added. The interior, bullet point, phone mount, and a Vol switch, 8 circuit switch panel. The rear lights, front and rear locker are wired up. I have 5 switches that are not wired up. Seats, the interior's decent. That is here at the house. I've not installed it. My new shift boot is here, so that's going to be new shift boot, so don't worry about that. Really the only defect is this one little tear. It's an 09 with 152,000 miles. Other than that, the inside's good. No carpet. It is all metal floor. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the part that was broken. All that's new here, probably tomorrow or the next day. Back seats, as far as I've owned it, I don't think I've ever had anybody in the back. I've had one person in the back, and that was for like 2 days. So, yeah, the back's pretty not sat in. I've had it since 2019. So, yeah, soft top is a best top. It will, if you unhook it from the door, because this isn't the fancy one, if you unhook it from the door, it will actually flip halfway back. Yeah, you leave these engaged, but it will flip halfway back. So you have to take the whole top down. Really ain't nothing to talk about on the rear gate. I mean, it's a Moto-Built bumper and tire. So these KCs are actually tied into the blinkers. There used to be running lights in the factory fenders. I didn't like that. I wanted blinkers. There you go. They will shine 75 feet to each side of you. They are intensely bright. Manual, I have a center force stage 2 clutch with a hydraulic slave cylinder in it. So the whole clutch system is completely new at 138, 100 and something thousand miles. I can't remember. 140. Let's just say right at 140. RPM. That is a 2.5 ton steering, aluminum steering. This is back when they used Apex chassis ends. So that's RPM steering with Apex chassis ends. That's just a GoPro mount on the front of the winch. Another one on the dash. But now we can move on to imperfections. Excuse me. I'm gonna be nitpicky. I crushed this rear tail light in. It flaked the paint. Therefore, I fixed the paint. I'm pretty sure this came from the same incident. I never saw it until after it got detailed, like in the process of making this video. There's still some sticker residue that didn't get detailed off, which is whatever. I got a couple of deep scratches that have paint in them, which didn't really heal. Lord, that makes it look worse than what it is. But either way, 3 deeper scratches that actually have paint. I have a dent in this door from hitting a tree with the mirror and folding the mirror into the door. So there's a dent there. There's some very small dents on the hood from where I went deer hunting, and the really thick vines got in between. They basically hung up on my steering, and I pulled them out the tree and they rubbed against the hood. Some paint flakage, don't know why it is. My winch cables ate through that till I was like, oh, I need to route them under, so that's where that's from. The hood is okay. You can see my name, Jacob, on it. In certain lights, straight on, it's kind of hard at an angle. You can see it, but you know, it is what it is. Dents on this side, those are, you can barely feel those. So when you look at it straight on, you can still see them. You can see the old X logo. It wasn't a solid sticker, so therefore this Jeep has scratches on it, as any Jeep should. Dr. Detail ate into my paint. When they try to remove the old 3M sided tape from the rain visor, so if anyone buys this Jeep, just throw another guard on it and call it a day. Yeah, I didn't see that because, well, I didn't pick the Jeep up, and I'm just now seeing that. So I didn't know they, either that or it came off with a 3M. It probably came off with 3M tape considering how sharp the edges are. But either way, you can still see the old visor on it. You can definitely see the scratches on the top of the door. On this side, you can see scratches on it. As far as dents on this side, the typical Wrangler dent from the door opening too much with it unhooked. That is adhesive and not like missing paint. That will come off pretty easily, actually. Okay, I'm making it worse, but it will come off. There was something else. Yeah, for some reason the paint was flaked whenever I bought the Jeep. It had a light mount over it. So whenever I pulled the light bar off, I saw that, and I fixed it with spray paint. Other than that, I mean, really, it's a pretty solid Jeep. It cleans up nice. It looks better dirty because you can't see everything. It has the typical door scratches from taking the door off with your keys on or a pocket knife. You know, happens to the best of us. You can see where they took my badge of honors off. There's still some residue on there from the badge of honors. The The factory stickers obviously protected the paint, and well, there we go. So now you can kind of see the X logo in it. Every single wheel has rock rash. I ain't gonna hide it. Y'all see my YouTube. Rock sliders have rock rash, therefore my rockers do not have rock rash. The missing paint on the inner fender is from trying to attach the sway bar. Like I said, I'm nitpicking this so that way you ain't gotta nitpick me in person. Like I said, rock rash on that wheel, rock rash on that wheel, and the fifth and final, yes, there is rock rash on this wheel. Imagine that. I am missing a center cap. I've broken 3 of them because, you know, I get rock rash, therefore rocks have taken them out. But the good news is, since I'm missing a center cap, you can put a third brake light there, which I do not have. I've always had center caps. I didn't really like the lug nut style, so I just never ran a third brake light. Yeah, I mean, other than that, four-wheel drive works great, as you would imagine. The wheel's upside down because the wheels are slightly turned. It has a new steering box in it. Also, there is a new steering box in it. It is about 20,000 miles old, so it has that. At 138, I redid the front diff, rear diff, transfer case, transmission fluid. Yeah, and transmission, transfer case, rear diff, front diff fluids. So every fluid on this has been touched within the last 20,000 miles, approximately. The radiator obviously was done like at 120-ish, but coolant, you know, isn't as important as everything else. So yeah, this thing's geared 488. They're Yukon gears with a, that's a Jeep factory locker. I already said the back was a Eaton e-locker. Every bracket on this Jeep that's welded to the axle is Artec. So track bar bracket, shock brackets, all the bracketry is all Artec. Yeah, I have some paint peelage or clear coat fading on the top. Throw a light bar up there, you can't see it because that's how I purchased the Jeep, and it was up there when I bought it, so it is what it is. I've had this soft top the whole time I've owned it, so actually they did a really good job on this. I'm surprised. But yeah, you know, right now I have it set for 30,000 on Facebook Marketplace. I understand that is high. I'm sorry, I've spent 50K on this pretty much like an idiot. So if you want to offer me something lower, I will accept any offers that you have. I'm not scared to, you know, talk to you. If you want to lowball me a little bit, we'll work something out. But I mean, it's got quality parts on it. The only, I mean, it Artec and Moto-Built, and you got Yukon gears. Before Yukon had a bunch of issues. These are older set of gears that are nice and dependable. But oh, also, I'm glad I was looking at my front diff. Another mod I've done to this. Oh God, there you can kind of see it. These are JE Real drive shafts, front and rear, and they're 1350 U joints. So yes, I have aftermarket drive shafts in it too. So, yeah, if you want to shoot me an offer, I prefer you do it on Facebook because I'm hoping that y'all come from Facebook to look at this video. So that's it. That's my Jeep. It's for sale. Hit me up if you have any questions. Hopefully I answered all of them. Oh yeah, also spark plugs and wires, did them at 152,000 miles. Literally did it and then took it to a detail shop, and here I am. So, new plugs and wires also. The only other, okay, so it has to check engine light for evap issues. So whenever you turn the Jeep on, it will tell you that your gas cap's open. Well, my gas cap is most definitely not open. Yes, it's an E85 cap. It's all AutoZone had the day I ran over my cap. Don't put your gas caps on your tire and then drive off. You will crush them. So I wanted one with a tether. all it was E85 I could get that day. So looks weird, and I really don't care. But yeah, so it has an evap issue, which most of these 09, 07s to 11s have evap issues. I've not traced a problem down, but most of the time you need a new gas tank to fix it because it's just a broken fitting on top of the gas tank. I'm not concerned about it. I hit the button right here to tell me to acknowledge that I have an open gas cap, and I keep riding. So yeah, check engine light for evap. If you read the codes, it'll talk about headlights and fog lights, but those don't trip check engine lights. But the Jeep will read codes for every single front light. Like, you have 4 codes just for the front, and then I have like 2 codes for check engine for evap issues. So, and then it says that to change the oil, the only thing is I did change it 2,000 miles ago, didn't reset it inside the Jeep's computer. So yes, it had an oil change at 150. So yeah, check engine light, evap, headlights. Evap's one tripping the actual light. Headlights are not. And then it has a change oil in the display, which is completely fine because I changed it 2,000 miles ago. So now, if you have any other questions, just message me, let me know, and I'll be happy to get back to you. Also, one other thing, 140,000 miles, installed the tires, 150, whatever, 151, 152, a couple hours now. Either way, I rotate all 5. So at 145, the 5th got rotated, and then another one went on, and then 150, I rotated all 5 again. So one of these tires has, 2 of these tires have 5,000 miles on them. The other 2 have 1,200, or however that math works out. But that's still the first rib right here. They're up. That's still the first rib out of these tires. So these tires still have a ton of life in them after 1,200 miles. You see how tall that is to the first rib. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It was 4 stacks high, and it's still in that first one. And 1,200 miles.